Hey there. All right, I want to talk to you a little bit about meditation today. So, I was reading a book recently and I had a whole realization of how to make meditation actually make sense, how to make people have a better approach to it, a better understanding, and how you can really be in control of your mind through meditation. So, first, I'm going to start off with a concept or two. So, the first concept is um, hormones and working out. So it's a really good example. So when let's give an example. Somebody's been um, going to the gym for the last 10 years, 5 days a week, and they decide to take 4 days off and then go back on the fifth day. We know that their body's so used to working out, it's still producing the hormones to heal them because they've had such a consistent demand of that for so long that even though they took a couple of days off, they're not going to completely throw off the balance of their hormones. So all that means is they're going to recover like they usually do because they still have enough hormones floating around their body to heal from a workout. Okay, now in reverse, somebody hasn't worked out for 10 years, goes to the gym today, and they get negative output. What I mean by that is they put a bunch of energy into working out, hoping to get positive results, but their body's on a total different system. So it doesn't have the hormones to heal them. So what ends up happening in this scenario is if they persist and continue to work out, the body will realize this demand's going to persist and it's going to hormonally balance in preparation for that demand. So basically, you go to the gym at first, you go to work out, all you feel is sore, weak, tired, and you don't really get any visual changes in your body, right? The first day. And so it takes about 2 weeks, I think is what most people say, of consistent working out. That doesn't mean every day, but maybe every other day or 5 days a week or something like that, consistently. The body recognizes this new demand and creates the hormones to create balance for that new demand. So, in other words, all of a sudden, your body goes from not able to heal the muscle damage you've done to being able to heal it, which gives you the results you're actually looking for. So, you start feeling energized from going to the gym because your body's preparing with the hormones that give you energy. It gives you the repair factor. So, all of a sudden, your body's able to repair this damaged tissue into stronger new tissue. And then also, all of a sudden, you start seeing results in your body when you look at yourself in the mirror. And so you basically get all the positive output from all of your energy you've put into this thing. But you got to pass the first 2 weeks. A lot of people can't pass the negative output to get to the positive output. Okay, so this is all hormonal balancing is what we're talking about. Now, when it comes to our emotions, emotions are just hormones. Again, same thing. So, let's say somebody grew up in a war, so 10 years of their life was like in a war zone. They maybe heard bombs going off all day, gunfire. They were fearful for their life. They were unsure of how their life was going to go. All of a sudden, one day, the war ends, and it's been 10 years of war. So all of a sudden, the war ends, and the body's so used to producing these hormones of anxiety, depression, fear. And so what it does is it keeps making them in preparation for this thing that's been happening for 10 years to keep happening. And so you still feel as if the war's happening, which makes you reminisce on the war and all the negative things that happened and all of the trauma that you have from the war, which makes you release more of these negative hormones. And so people can get it stuck in a negative feedback loop of hormones. So this is like a depressed person. Somebody, like I said, same thing. The person was in war their whole life. All of a sudden, the war's gone. They go, hey, the war's gone, but I still feel the same shitty way that I felt before. Why? What is this depression thing? And they think it's like some psychological thing. But all it is the war ended, but the body persisted with the emotions. And the person keeps thinking the same way they're feeling. So they keep corresponding thoughts to the emotions they're feeling. So they go, hey, why would I feel stressed today? And so maybe they think, they put it on a new a new reason. So they go, oh, well, maybe I'm depressed today because, it's Monday and I've got 5 more days of work, and so I don't like my work that much, and so really I'm just anxious about how, I have a whole week of work ahead of me. But in reality, the hormones are already floating around the body making them feel that way. They're just justifying their hormones. They're justifying their emotional state. Or they may just start thinking about the war again, and thinking about how horrible it was and all the things that they didn't like, and that makes them again release more of these hormones. So the body's really good at releasing these hormones. So I want you another way of looking at it to introduce to you is like two opposing forces can't exist at the same time. So for example, we got our biceps in the front, we got our triceps in the back, right? We can't fire both these at the same time. The body won't allow it. You can only fire one at a time. While you're turning one on, you're turning the other one off, right? And so, same thing with your hormones. You can't feel relaxed and anxious in the same moment. That would be listening to two opposing hormones. So, the body's not able to listen to both these at the same time. So basically, you can imagine if you've been stuck in a war for 10 years, your body got really good at producing these negative hormones. And so if you want to experience these positive ones, here's the problem. You go to think a positive thought, and these hormones going around your body distract you. So let's say you go to meditate, and you go, I don't want to feel anxious. I want to feel relaxed. What would be a relaxing scenario? And so you think of yourself on a beach. And so you go to imagine yourself on a beach, and you can only hold that image in your head for 3 seconds. And then all of a sudden, negative images come into your head, or negative thoughts come into your head. Because basically your body goes, holy, I don't have any relaxing hormones in my body to justify these thoughts you're thinking right now. And so it's in essence, it's really bad at relaxing. You're just not good at making the hormones, and you're not good at having the thoughts, right? And so just like going to the gym, you get negative output at first. You put all this energy into feeling relaxed, and you barely feel any relaxed, right? And so you go, why would I do this thing? Just like the people who go, why would I keep going to the gym? I'm not feeling any better, any stronger, any more energized. I don't like myself better in the mirror. Well, these people go, I don't feel much more relaxed. I don't feel more in control of my thoughts. I don't feel, if anything, you might feel out of control of your thoughts because you tried to control your thoughts and you recognize you couldn't, right? And so what's happening here is we need to break the cycle, right? And so at first you suck at meditating, so you don't really want to meditate. But if you can just sit yourself down and say, I'm going to suck at this, but eventually I'm going to get better at it if I persist, then you can break through, right? And so after about 2 weeks of meditation, you might be able to hold the image of yourself on a beach in your head for a minute, maybe a couple minutes, maybe more, which means you'd be producing more of those hormones, which means you'd be turning off more of the opposing hormones, right? And so just like the war ended and you woke up and you felt anxious anyways, even though the war was over, because your body's used to making these hormones that make you feel that way, you can reverse the cycle. And what you could actually do is you could have an event happen that day. I say you've been doing it for 6 months straight. All of a sudden you have an event happen one day that should make you anxious. But instead your body doesn't have any anxiety hormones to listen to. And so it's easier to get out of that state of mind because you have more positive hormones. So if you want to think positive thoughts, your brain is more willing to allow you to do so. And so it's just like a workout. It's just a mental workout. And it's just like a workout. You're not going to be very strong. You're not going to be very good at it at first. But just like a light switch, one day it goes from everything not really working, everything feeling negative, to the opposite. So you go from a person who walks around noticing all the little bad things in life to a person who walks around noticing all the little good things in life, because you're trying to think thoughts equivalent to how you're emotionally feeling. And so I want people to just really try to think about it like that you have a hormonal imbalance. You're trying to create a balance. You're not going to be good at creating balance at first. It's going to be hard. It's going to require work. But if I persist at it, I will create a change in my hormonal balance that is in the direction I want it to be. And I will start thinking and feeling the way I want to think and feel. And all of a sudden, you go from negative output to positive output, and then it just keeps growing on itself. Like a snowball rolling down a hill. It just keeps building up, building up, building up, and you keep getting more and more out of it. So try to look at meditation like exercise. Try to do a guided meditation if you're new to meditation, where somebody talks you through what you're supposed to be imagining, what you're supposed to be thinking and feeling, because it's a much easier for you to not get distracted by the hormones of stress that are in your body if your conscious mind is focused on something. And so hopefully this is useful to you guys. I really found this like something that made meditation make sense and made me want to meditate and made me feel empowered in meditation and made me feel like it's okay if I'm bad at this thing at first. And so give it a try. Highly recommended. You're capable of anything, of feeling anything you want to feel. And I hope this is empowering and you have a great day. Take care.